This is a head cannon circus production.
Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Once again, Gladiator Cypher Podcast. We back with another episode. Definitely a music heavy episode. So all the music fans out there, make sure you lock in, share it, like it, subscribe, tell your grandma tune in. Because we about to get it in this episode. Going to some classics too, man. I'm excited. What's going on, fellas?
Definitely tell your grandmama tune in. Tell her hit up Papa Bed Nip.
What 2 Chainz say? What 2 Chainz say? I ain't messing with your granny. I just jugged her out them Zanny.
Man, listen, I'm doing all that.
Nip want them chicks with money. That's why he want them 401k honeys, them Social Security honeys.
Indeed,
man. Corny J in the building. Got my Nation of Domination shirt on because we want to dominate the day. You know, taking all W's, no L's, no fallbacks, all status, baby. Let's go.
Indeed, Papa Bear Nip in the building. Your neighborhood brolic alcoholic. The T today. Stay up, Kane. Don't die. Look at the motherfucking wheels. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, that's what Christmas, man. All my family that watch this shirt game. I gotta get my shirt game, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't have them keep killing me like this every week. Hell with that.
No, I think it's close to the Nation of Domination. That's
Nation of Domination is definitely a classic joint. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Look, you can't hate on that. What's the D'Lo Brown drink? Oh man, but let's go ahead and get into our first topic. So instead of the top threes today, we're gonna go with which is the better album. We got JayZ's Reasonable Doubt versus JayZ's Blueprint.
They both.
I'm gonna let Nip go first because he's a relative hater of JayZ. So let's go and get this shit out the way.
They both suck, man. Let's just keep it 100. Nah.
Cue the outro.
Please make sure you comment below, guys. Please make sure you comment
below. Let me see. Best album. I'm gonna say, of course, I like Reasonable Doubt more because it's more like a rapidy rap album. You know what I mean? I think that if we're going like as a project as a whole. It's close, but I'll give it the Blueprint because it's more. What's the word for it? You know, I know I can't read. Multifaceted. Like you hit a lot more areas with the with that joint. But he's rapping in on the Reasonable Doubt joint. But and then also for nostalgia points, like I kind of want to give it the Blueprint because that's when like we first started driving. That album hit like 0102. We was hitting the streets.
Yeah, 9/11.
Partying.
9/11.
Yeah, man. We was partying. I'm not about to snitch on myself about high school shit because moms might watch this. So, but you know, it's more nostalgic. Shouts out to the Blue Max. Shouts out to the to the 96 Blue Max. Shouts out to the Caddy. You know what I mean? She was getting live to the 89 Sedan DeVille, white joint, cranberry guts. You know what I mean? But it's a toss-up. Like I said, if we talking about straight rapping, the bars, the lyrics, the content, I'm going Reasonable Doubt. If you talking about the better all-around project and the nostalgia points, then I'm going Blueprint.
Okay. Shit, well. You want me to go, Chris, or you want to jump in?
Let me go ahead because I feel like you might have.
And on another note, those are probably the only 2 Jay albums I like, so we'll just leave it at that.
I mean, that's right. I can't disagree. That's not true. You like the Dynasty, nigga. Stop.
No, yeah, you're right. No. The Dynasty.
It's a JayZ album. It's a JayZ album. It's a JayZ La Familia Dynasty. It's a JayZ album.
Take beans off of that album and see what that shit sound like.
Man, get out of here. Go ahead, Chris, man. We ain't doing that. We're not doing this.
Yeah, I had to go back and listen to both of these. It's been a while since I heard either one of them. I'm a huge Reasonable Doubt fan, so going in, I thought I was going to like that one more just based on memory and nostalgia, like Nip was saying. But I listen to Blueprint. I think now I'm kind of a little bit more of a fan of Blueprint. Like Nip was saying, it's a little bit more multifaceted. You got different looks on some of the songs. And even though it's not as like rapidy rapish as Reasonable Doubt, I feel like he still flexes his talents lyrically. And I like how he has themes on some of the songs too. Like, the girls. He's kind of going through the whole roster he got and everything. And just the other songs on there, they're all cool. And you got some of the, just smashes. You got H to the Izzo. You got the I like the one. What's it called? Turn my music high. I forget what it's called.
Oh, okay. You don't know.
Yeah, You Don't Know. It's got that on there. Song Cry. I like that song a lot. Renegade. Even though Eminem got him on that one. I like that one. Lyrical Exercise was cool too. He was kind of flexing his talent on that one also. That reminded me 22 Twos, I think, on Reasonable Doubt, because he kind of did a similar thing on that one where he kind of stuck with the theme and really worked it into the rap. So you kind of see some parallels between them both, but I think I like Blueprint a little bit more than Reasonable Doubt, but they're both great listens. If you haven't heard it, I highly recommend it. And who knows, that might change, as time moves on. I kind of have.
If you ain't listening to Reasonable Doubt or Blueprint too, Blueprint, you probably shouldn't be listening to us. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Like, if you heard that shit, just go ahead.
One, I stole this I didn't steal these exact albums. I stole this topic from the podcast Get Off the Fence. Shout out to them. Good podcast. They take two great albums by artists, and then they debate about which album is better. So a lot of times when I sit in the thread and I ask you guys about what albums you like Intervisions versus Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, they did a whole episode on this. I want to at least give props to where I got the idea from. So I figured we was going to come in and be just scattered on it. So I'm going to ask some questions, and then we will answer. And then at that point, we guys can finally see where you feel about the album. So opening songs, because how you open an album is kind of like the thing. So you got Reasonable Doubt, Can't Knock the Hustle with Mary J, and you got The Ruler's back. Nip, which one are you taking?
The Ruler.
Oh, for sure. Chris, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna take The Ruler's back too. I went back and listened to that first one. And I'm like, okay, this is cool, but it's not even one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, The Ruler's back is a banger. Yeah. So let's go how they close the album. If you're going with how the Blueprint technically closes, or the hidden songs, the technical close is Blueprint, Mama Loves Me, versus Reasonable Doubt. It is Can I Live Too? Which one you think about, Nip? I'm gonna say I got Can I Live Too as my favorite close on there.
I wanna that Mama Loves Me joint though. I might have to go with Mama Loves Me just off of the like.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Chris, you the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna go with Mama Loves Me.
Okay. So Blueprint's up 2. All right, then I want to lead songs. What was the lead songs of these albums? Can't Knock the Hustle was the lead song off of Reasonable Doubt. The lead song off of Blueprint was H to the Izzo.
Can't Knock the Hustle. I get that bullshit out of here.
Chris.
I like Izzo better personally.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm going Can't Knock the Hustle. I can't. I like H to the Izzo. Don't get me wrong, but that chorus, I hear it in my sleep sometimes, and I wake up in a panic because I heard it just so much. Second lead single off it, Dead Presidents 2 was Reasonable Doubt, and I believe the second single technically on the Blueprint was The Takeover, but most people would consider Girls, Girls, Girls as the second single off there. But I'm going to go for the sake of argument, Girls, 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 because The Takeover was only promoted up because it had a diss of Nas on it. It wasn't really the single. It was people heard the album and said, this thing is crazy. Yeah. So the company actually put out Girls, Girls, Girls. So Dead Presidents 2 versus Girls, Girls, Girls.
Dead Presidents.
Yeah,
Chris?
Dead Presidents 2.
Okay. Now I'm going to go to a category that I donned myself. I call it the B cut. So I think it's a song on the album that's dope as hell, but the average person wouldn't know it. Mine, I'm gonna go with Heart of the City, unless you guys have a disagreement with that with Blueprint, as a banger on an album that most people don't know if you don't know the album.
That was a big song, wasn't it? Maybe I just liked it. I don't know. I'm not.
No, that's the point I'm saying. It's the beat.
I don't
like,
know. That shit was jamming. But I don't know if everybody listened to it.
I would say it's actually harder on the Reasonable Doubt because I can pick out like 4 or 5 songs. But I'm gonna go with Brooklyn's Finest with Biggie as the beat cut on that.
Come on, man. Don't disrespect that song like that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What? We're gonna disrespect it. The average guy that don't listen to JayZ doesn't know about Brooklyn's Finest.
No, but
they probably won't listen to Reasonable Doubt.
I'm just saying, you already know my answer to the question. Like we ain't even got to
answer the damn question. Then why you gotta be
Brooklyn's Finest versus some goddamn hell no. Brooklyn's Finest.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that was unfair comparison too. I agree with Nip on that one. I think another option might have been like The Evils or Can I Live or something like that. That might have been.
To be fair, it is hard to pick just one joint because like Reasonable Doubt was slept on like shit. Like it was.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's like 4 songs on there we could have chose, but I'm saying the most song I think is the best song that nobody knows about on that album. I think is Brooklyn's Finest. That's why I chose it.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So everybody's going Brooklyn's Finest.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Damn, that's hard as gonna say. Shit. All right.
Hard a little bit.
All right, so this one is going to be what I call best storytelling song. So Song Cry is one of them versus you can pick numerous ones on Reasonable Doubt again, but I'm gonna pick The Evils as the story on Reasonable Doubt versus Blueprint. Song Cry is the story.
The Evils.
Yeah, I love The Evils. I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay, damn, Reasonable Doubt starting to jump out to the lead. All right, and then I'm going to say
that's the joint with the Snoop sample on it, right?
Yeah.
God, I wonder, can you save me?
Save me. Yeah. All right, and then the last one I will say, what album feels the most cohesive? Like from beginning to end, you feel like this album was put together with a purpose. So the name of Reasonable Doubt is Reasonable Doubt because we know what that means in the court of law, versus the Blueprint, which we know that means like structural breaking of something. What album feels closer to the title's name? That's a hard. I know this is a hard one because most albums don't even care about their titles anymore.
I definitely would go with Reasonable Doubt if that's the case. I think the theme is a little bit more cohesive. Blueprint is kind of like.
See, I go with the Blueprint because I think the Blueprint is the blueprint of how you make an album in the modern era. Between the slow songs, between the upbeat club songs, between the introspective songs, like I feel like it has all the things that if you were going to make an album, I would say that the Blueprint is the blueprint I would say most people should follow if you're going to make an album. Hell, I ain't going to disrespect, some of the other artists out here, but we know like a lot of artists follow this blueprint now to make an album.
Now, let me ask you, before Nip go, hold on. Let me ask you a quick question. So is that the reason he called that the Blueprint?
I think the reason why he called it the Blueprint, from my knowledge, and again, somebody will fact check me, please comment below. The reason why I thought he called it the Blueprint is because he was saying like he's the blueprint. Like he is what a rapper's supposed to be if you want to be successful.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna say if he was saying that album, this is the blueprint to go platinum or do whatever, like be successful, I'm like that's extra hard if he did that.
Yeah, that'd be
but I mean that's a good point too, because think about the song. I forget what song it is, but he's going over like basically why he's the best rapper. Like my interviews is the nicest, like the most consistent, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that would kind of tie into that. Like if he had really thought that out, I was like, yeah, this is the blueprint for how you be successful. But I'm gonna still go at Reasonable Doubt. I feel like it kind of keeps that crime motif.
Didn't Chris
the whole
already
thing
make the Blueprint?
Yep.
All right, so yeah, fuck that. Reasonable Doubt.
All right, then it was sufficient because at this point, I mean that's fine. I only had 2 more categories, so like this one and another one, and Blueprint needed to win both of these to win that category. So are we officially saying for the Gladiator Cypher podcast that we think Reasonable Doubt is the better album?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm okay with saying that. It's close to me. Like on this last listen, I like Blueprint a little bit more, but I'm fine with saying Reasonable Doubt is better.
Okay. Well,
that's how close it was.
I think that sums up. I think that's a good one. I think, and the only last thing I had was C-list song. So if everybody wonder what was the last category. So my C-list song for Hove was All I Need, which I could care less about. The C-list song I had on the C-list song I had on JayZ's was Coming of Age with Bleak, but which Coming of Age smokes that.
Yeah, but Bleak is still ass. I thought you were gonna say Cashmere Thoughts. That's my shit.
Oh, Cashmere Thoughts is tight.
Yeah,
but I think
that's my
Cashmere
shit
Thoughts is
right
like
there.
a D-list song. I think that's like
What?
that's a deep. That's what I'm talking. When I say a listing to them,
Oh, you saying
popularity
like
of
most?
songs.
Okay, I got you.
Yes, nobody's gonna go to Reasonable Doubt and be like, "Hey, dog, put on that Cashmere Thought." Like, a lot of other songs. A lot of people, majority of people, will go through about 4 or 5 songs before they even mention that song on that album. Like, let's stop it.
You're right.
Yeah.
And those people shouldn't be fucking talking about hip
hop. Take their card.
This is the show again without pseudonym Slim because he had to go Tabota mode, get working on his fitness, trying to show him what it's like, work it out. So, right.
Hey, Jay, I got a question for you. Let's say you in the hot tub, chilling with 3 foxy mamas, sipping on some Boone Farms apple wine.
And then the Frost attack.
KT, attack.
Shout out to Living Color, still with the greatest each other. I am a fight choreographer, but don't think I can't get down. If anybody wants to live in color, you know what we're talking about. Step to my left, step to my right. Like it's all right. Yeah.
Karate.
All right, man.
It's about to fit to yourself. Queen B. Yeah.
All right, who wins in the fight? Dragonfly or him?
Oh, no, dog. No, Dragonfly get his ass whooped. At least he can really get busy. Dragonfly get his ass whooped. Shout out to Mandrill for that sample on that shit.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, man. Thank you guys again listening to the Gladiator Cypher podcast, man. Guys, please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on everything: YouTube, Facebook. We are on Instagram of the Head Cannon Circus, all DSPs, so that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes. We everywhere the Head Cannon Circus is, so you just look up Head Cannon Circus and you can find us. I don't know if you noticed from the last week, we have been segmenting our videos, so you'll get all the reviews that whatever review you're watching right now, there's other reviews on here. So we talked about Big Crick, Bodie James, YNW Melly, K-Camp's albums. We got a whole section for singles that came out, and then we had a culture talk as well, as we talked about the Blueprint versus Reasonable Doubt, and we also talked about we read some of the comments here and kind of let Nip clap back. So, guys, we just got a chock full of information and fun, and it's going to be dropping all during the week. So if you missed something, go and check out, yesterday, whatever we dropped, or check out the next day after that and see what we're dropping. But we always appreciate it as always. Nip, my man, any closing words?
Yes, sir. In the infamous words of Kane and O-Dub, hey, Sharif, get your Saleko Salam ass up off the cooler and pass me a motherfucking brew. It's time to go drink.
This is a Head Cannon
production.
Circus production.